Listen up, Newcastle United fans. This is not a drill, and this is not just another tabloid rumour designed to get clicks. We are standing at a precipice, a moment of genuine existential crisis for the future of this football club. The headline is stark, it is terrifying, and it should be ringing alarm bells from the Gallagher end all the way to the corridors of power in Riyadh. Eddie Howe, the man who performed a footballing miracle, the man who took a broken, demoralised squad and dragged them into the Champions League, is facing a situation so untenable that a resignation warning is now a reality. The project isn't just slowing down, it is stalling, it is stuttering, and tensions are boiling over in a way that threatens to dismantle everything we have built since the takeover. Let us be absolutely clear about why we are here. For months, we have felt the friction. The arrival of Paul Mitchell was supposed to be the final piece of the puzzle, the sporting director who would provide the elite recruitment infrastructure to match Eddie Howe's tactical brilliance. Instead, it has become a source of catastrophic friction. We are seeing a power struggle that is paralyzing our ability to compete. The summer transfer window was nothing short of a public relations disaster and a recruitment shambles. To spend an entire summer chasing Mark Gahey only to come away with nothing is an insult to the manager and a slap in the face to the supporters. Eddie Howe is a coach who demands intensity, but how can he maintain that intensity when the board fails to provide him with the basic tools to compete at the top level? The PSR excuses have become a convenient shield for a lack of decisive action. While our rivals are spending, evolving and strengthening, Newcastle United is standing still, and in the Premier League, if you are standing still, you are actually moving backward. The tensions between Howe and the recruitment structure have reached a boiling point, where the manager feels his authority is being undermined. This is a man who has given his heart and soul to this city, and to see him marginalised in the decision-making process is a betrayal of the progress we have made. The project was sold to us as a relentless march towards the elite, but currently it feels like a return to the frustrating stagnation of the previous era, albeit with a shinier coat of paint. We are hearing reports of frosty meetings, of disagreements over the direction of the squad, and a fundamental disconnect between the manager's vision and the board's financial caution. If Eddie Howe feels that he can no longer take this team forward because he is being handcuffed by internal politics, he will walk. He is a man of integrity, a man who will not stay just to collect a paycheck while the club drifts into mid-table mediocrity. We are facing the very real possibility of losing the best manager we have had in a generation because of bureaucratic incompetence and a failure to back his judgment. The fans are beginning to see through the corporate speak. We don't want to hear about long-term sustainability if it means sacrificing our current momentum and wasting the peak years of players like Bruno Guimaraes and Alexander Isak. These players did not sign up for a stalling project, they signed up for a revolution. If Howe goes, make no mistake, the squad will fracture. The connection between the dugout and the stands is the strongest it has been in decades, but that bond is being tested by people who seem more concerned with spreadsheets than the soul of the club. This is a final warning. The board needs to align with the manager immediately. They need to stop the internal games, resolve the power struggles, and prove in the next window that they are still committed to the project they promised us. If they don't, the resignation of Eddie Howe will be the definitive proof that the takeover's promise was a hollow one. We deserve better, Eddie deserves better, and Newcastle United cannot afford to let this boiling tension explode into a total collapse. Wake up PIF, wake up Mitchell. The clock is ticking, and the fans will not forgive the loss of the man who gave us back our pride. Support Eddie Howe or prepare for the fallout of a resignation that will shatter the foundation of this club's future. The time for excuses is over. The time for total backing is now. If the project fails, the blame will lie squarely at the feet of those who refuse to let the manager lead. Newcastle is at a crossroads, and the wrong turn here will lead us straight back to the darkness we fought so hard to escape. This is the reality of the situation. Back him or lose him. It is that simple. It is that urgent. It is that dangerous. Newcastle United is on the brink.